Hey everybody, Sharon here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today, finally wrapping up Escape First 2 and doing the last level and going for the We All Float Down Here achievement. So which one do you want to make sure you start up the game? We're going to do this in solo, so make sure you set your game mode, and then we're going to head over to the level select. This one's going to be the third one, the torture chamber, the one on the far right. Pick that and then pick start. You're going to spawn here in this prison, very cliche, but turn around, make sure you grab this torch off of the wall and then use it on this rope right here. You should have the sledgehammer drop on down and make sure you pick that up. Once you have this mallet in your hand, you can use that to break open this wall. Again, very cliche. Once you step through, you should be good for your first achievement. This one's unmissable. It's going to be prisoner for 100 gamer score for escaping your cell. Once you take care of that, we're going to proceed down the hallway, and then you're going to keep going until you get to your first open room. Feel free to drop the hammer along the way, as we don't need it anymore, so just make sure you just drop it. And then we're going to duck down here, and then we have this cell right here. Go over to this corner. There's going to be these runes on the wall. You need to make sure you rotate each one a specific number of times. Starting from the left, you want to do the first one rotation, the second one 3 times, the third one twice, the fourth one 3 times, the fifth one once, and then the sixth and final one, which is the one on the far right, twice. So it's going to be 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, going from left to right. Once you have them all rotated, we're going to have to press them in a specific order. So the order you want to make sure you press them in is going to be 2, 6, 4, 5, 3. So the second one, the sixth one, the fourth one, the fifth one, the first one, and the third one. So make sure you do that right, and that's basically going to unlock this box that's on the bench right here, which is going to have our next puzzle pieces in it. So you're going to have these runes, which go to the back wall. So make sure you just grab this one and just match up the symbols. So this one is going to go in the bottom right here. Then we're going to head back to the box and make sure we grab this one right here. It looks kind of like an S. Once you have this one is going to go on top. So there's going to be that. Back to the box, make sure you grab this next one right here. It kind of looks like a sideways hourglass. This one is going to go right over here on the left. So make sure you get that corner of the pentagon. Then back to the box, make sure you grab this piece right here. Kind of looks like a Y. This one is going to go in the bottom left, and then the last one is obviously going to go in the last slot in the upper right. You're going to have a mirror shard right here, which is going to be a significant part of a future puzzle. Make sure you don't lose that, so just drop it down on the floor next to the box. But anyways, once you get the last rune in, you should get a key. This is going to be the key that opens up this gate right here, so make sure you use the key on the keyhole, and that should slide the gate open, giving us access to the hallway. Our next destination is going to be to the left, so make sure you turn left and then head down until you see this first door on the right. Make sure you pull the latch open, and that should allow you to open it. It's not going to be locked further than that. Once in here, we're going to turn to this workbench right here. Make sure you grab this sword right here. It's going to be the one that doesn't have a handle, so it's just going to be the blade. This one's going to go inside the pedestal right here, so make sure you pop that in. The pedestal should depress. Next thing we need to do is we need to complete the sword by putting a crossguard and a handle on it. So make sure you look behind this sawhorse right here for this safe. It's going to have a grid of dots on 3 of its sides. We're going to start out on the front right here. You want to make sure you press the dots in a specific order. This first one, you want to do center, bottom left, bottom right. Then up top, what you want to do is you want to make sure you do bottom left, bottom middle, then you want to do middle row on the right, and then finally upper right. And then finally the back side, you're going to want to do it in this order. Upper left, then you're going to do middle left, and then the middle, and then the bottom right. If you happen to press those in that order, you should open up the safe, and then inside is going to be this crank. Use the crank on the well, and then that should fish up some sword pieces. There's going to be a total of 4 pieces in here, and you're supposed to look for the 2 that completes the sword. So you're going to want to look for this crossguard right here. It's going to be this T-shaped one. That one pops on the sword. Then finally, we're going to need a very specific handle. It's not going to be that one. We also have the other crossguard, which we could ignore. It's going to be this handle right here. So this one right here that doesn't have the ring in the middle. Pop that one on the sword, and that should complete it, and that should give us our next achievement. It's going to be the chosen one for 100 gamer score. Once we have the sword puzzle done, we are appropriately enough going to do the shield puzzle next. So make sure you grab the shield right here from these two barrels. Then we're going to take it with us to the shield room. So back out on the hallway, make sure you take a left. All the way at the end, there should be a door right here. Make sure you open up the latch and then get this room open. Once inside, you are going to have this wall where shields are going to go on. So you should already have two up. So this one's going to go in the upper right. There's going to be another shield right here by this rubble right here. Make sure you pick that up. That one's going to go in the center bottom. Make sure you turn over to this map table. Another shield right here, and this one's going to go in the bottom right. That's going to leave us with two more shields, which are going to be back in the hallway. So make sure you turn and head back in that direction, and we're going to go all the way over here. So make sure you just keep going, and then make sure you head back into the room where we grabbed the sword from, so the one with the well. Make sure you look behind the sawhorse, and then over here in this corner is going to be this elongated shield. Make sure you pick that one up, and then we're going to bring it all the way back to the shield room. Unfortunately, we can only carry one at a time, so this is going to be quite the journey as we are going to walk pretty slow, but this one's going to go in the bottom left. Then once you have that done, we're going to go back in the hallway and another long journey all the way to the other side, so just make sure you punch it straight. And then our next shield's going to be at the other end. So just keep going straight until you hit a dead end, and then right here is going to be our last shield by this overturned barrel. Make sure you grab that, and then a very long journey all the way back. So just make sure you just punch it back, and then make sure you pop this in the last slot. Once all these shields are in place, we're going to turn our attention back over to the map table. There's going to be a key right here over the part where it says the Red Sea in the bottom right corner. This key is going to go to this chest right here on this platform with the barrels. Make sure you pop it in the keyhole and give it a turn. Pop it open, and then inside is going to be a mirror shard. We're going to go on to that mirror puzzle we mentioned briefly before. So make sure you carry this back. It's going to be another pretty long trip, so hopefully you enjoy the walk, but basically take your first left in to the cell and then head back that tunnel that we took from earlier. There's going to be a room right here off to the left. Make sure you head in here, and this is going to be the broken mirror that we need to repair. So this first piece that we grabbed out of that locked chest is going to go in the bottom right. There's going to be three pieces beneath us. We're going to start with the one on the left. This one is going to go right here above the previous piece, so upper right. Next one up is going to be the one on the right. Make sure you grab that. This one is going to go right over here in the upper left. Then we are going to have this piece right here to our right. Make sure you grab that. And this one is going to go all the way in the bottom left. And then finally, the last piece in this room is going to go directly above that. There's going to be one more piece, which is going to be that one from the box of rune tiles earlier. So hopefully you put it in a place where you didn't lose it. So just make sure you head back to that room and then look for it. It should be around the box, hopefully. And then make sure you try to find it and then pick it up and then bring it back to the broken mirror. And then make sure you pop it in, completing it. The mirror should form an arrow, which is going to allow you to pull it up. And then behind it is going to be the pieces for our next puzzle, which are going to be the weights. So make sure you grab the first one, and then again, it's going to be a long journey. So make sure you take this with you all the way back into the hallway. And then once there, we're going to hang a left. So just make sure you go left, and then there's one more locked door that we have to get through, which is going to be the one by those two barrels that we grabbed the last shield from. So just make sure you pop the latch open, and then just open this up, and then we have one more gathering puzzle that we need to do in the form of these chains right here. So make sure you pop this weight right here on the far left chain. Then we're going to grab the weight directly behind that. This one is going to go right over here on the third chain from the left. After we have that one done, turn to your left, and then right here in this corner is going to be another weight. This one's going to go to the far right, so make sure you have that. That should be half of them out of the way. There's going to be a total of 6. Then it's going to be back out onto the hallway. Make sure you hang a right, and then make sure you grab this one, conveniently enough located right next to the entrance. Bring this back with you, and then this one is going to slot right here. So it's going to be the 5th from the left. Then turn around, we have this locked cabinet right here. It's going to have a keypad on it that we have to manually dial. This one's going to be 9765 as its combination to open it up. So make sure you punch that in. And then once you open it up, inside is going to be another puzzle. So this puzzle is basically going to be to set these symbols to the correct order. So this one is basically going to look a little something like this. So just make sure you just move the symbols over in a way where they look like this. And then once you have the puzzle looking exactly like this, it's basically going to open up the box directly underneath, and then inside's going to be your missing 2 weights. So one on the left is going to go right here, so fourth to the left, and then the last one's going to go second to the left, which is the last slot. That should wrap up the level, and then that should give you the achievement. There it is. It's going to be for 100 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.